Good evening, welcome back to my channel. Before I begin today, if you are a regular visitor but are not a subscriber, please do so now if you would be so kind. If you're not a subscriber and you enjoy this story, the best way to know about when I have some new content is to subscribe to the channel, and the best way to help me get the content out into the world is to subscribe. Because if I can hit, 100 subscribers, then my work will be pushed out further into the world, and you never know where it might end. Anyway, I have another short story for you based on 5 random words. Now, when I got these random words, I thought, this is going to be a dark one. And then my father challenged me to write it. I sort of joked online that this is not going to be very jolly. And he said, I dare you, make it jolly. And I went, okay, interesting. So I have tried to come up with something a bit more cheerful based on the following random words. And this is story number 140. And it's called The Procrastinator. I'm either entertaining or really irritating a squirrel. It's hard to tell which. My plan is to sit with my back against this oak tree and continue to hurl acorns at the beech tree opposite until one of them enters the hole halfway up its trunk. That's probably where the squirrel's hoarding its stash anyway. I'm not sure why this squirrel seems so animated by the nuts I throw, which bounce off the beech and roll away into the leaf-strewn grass, when there are a plethora of acorns, chestnuts and sycamore seeds all around. My guess is that by showing interest in these particular nuts, I'm imbuing them with an additional perceived value. There's probably some profound lesson in there about human psychology or economics or something, but I can't be bothered working through it. I'm procrastinating, you see. I should be working on a novel called The Treehouse, about an unemployed divorced man building a treehouse for his kids. I would be doing exactly that, except 5 chapters in, that sketchy outline seems to be all I have. After 48 pages, there's an awful lot of carpentry and not a lot of plot or character development going on. My aim is off, but I'm persevering. An acorn pings off the gnarly lip of the hole and bounces off a branch on its way to earth. My bushy-tailed companion is upon it in an instant, carrying his prize away in little scurrying bounds. He moves like the motion of an ancient hand-cranked movie camera. There are plenty of nuts all around me. I'll keep at it. There will be an eventual breakthrough. If Noelle could see me now, she'd have something to say about this. I think back to when I tried to enlist her in my escape plan, cornering my 24-year-old work wife in the little kitchen where we microwave our desk-bound lunches. You want me to do what? She asked, incredulous. Tell George I fondled you somewhere inappropriate. What, like the supply cupboard? I was more thinking the buttocks or the breast region. Noelle almost snorts tea all over the passive-aggressive laminated sign headed Polite Notice, kindly requesting people to clean up after themselves. I continue unperturbed. And you'd need to say it happened twice. Once could be accidental. Twice implies forethought. Once and I'd only get a reprimand. Twice would get me fired. Remind me, why exactly do you need to be fired, you big mentalist? I sigh. I've already told her this story. But Noelle is great at telling me in great detail why her boyfriend of 5 years is rubbish, and not so good at listening to my idiotic schemes. Because I've finally got an agent to request my full manuscript, and I haven't told him that I only have 4 chapters written. I can only really stall them a couple of weeks before submitting the first draft. I need every day I can get to work on it. Can't you just hand in your notice? My notice period is 3 months. Even if George, the notorious pedant, would reduce that to 1, it's no good. Then phone in sick. For 2 weeks. I'd need a doctor's note. Please, I just want to go. Noelle seems to have heard that last bit. She looks heartbroken. No, I'm lying. I wish she looked heartbroken. I'd even settle for crestfallen. In reality, Noelle just shrugs. Do I look like the sort of girl to let a middle-aged man fondle me twice? Middle-aged, I think. I'm 37. This is a harder sell than I'd imagined, somehow. Just say the first time you assumed it was just a mistake. I don't know, a shoulder squeeze gone wrong. You were only certain the second time. Noelle is mulling this over. I'd punch you out, you know. I'm keenly aware, which is why I've never attempted such a thing, despite dearly wanting to, I think, but do not say. Even at the staff Christmas party, when she wore that sequined top with no discernible brassiere. I'm not doing it, she says with customary finality. Noelle's mind cannot be changed when she uses that tone. You'll have to get the boots some other way. I'll have to try another tack. I thank Noelle and let her head back to her desk. The microwave pings, indicating that my reheated lasagna portion is ready. I call it the nuclear option, and it really would have worked. George is exactly the kind of man, ex-military, to have taken a no-tolerance approach to Me Too antics. He's also the kind of leader to then sweep the whole thing under the carpet and never talk of it again. Result, 1 month's gardening leave, a hastily assembled first draft of the treehouse, and a month's pay. I writhe at my desk, my mind a mess of half-arsed plotlines for Geoffrey Barker and his ill-fated treehouse. I decide to pick Noelle's brain again. If she won't help me directly herself, perhaps she has some equally devious ideas. No, I begin. That's my nickname for her. You don't realise how desperate I am to get out of this place. I have 2 master's degrees, and they've had me repopulating their customer database for 3 weeks. George is such a prick. I swear he uses his arsehole as a pencil sharpener. I've asked to be reassigned, and he acts like I'm getting ideas above my station. There's no future here, and getting that news from the agency is the most exciting thing to happen since birth. I can't mess up this opportunity. George will have me replaced with a spotty 17-year-old temp by the end of the week. Please just tell him I felt you up amongst the coat racks. Double kiss, Nigel. A moment after I hit send, I hear a peal of delicious laughter from Noelle, 3 rows away in the open plan office. Then I hear other laughs and gasps spreading out around me. I get a bad feeling and check the email I've sent. I'm a bit weird with email. Noelle and I message one another so frequently that I usually just find the last email from her and hit reply, rather than typing her impossible to remember address. This time I've made 2 lethal errors. The first error is not to notice the email I chose to reply to was the weekly newsletter that Noel is charged with compiling and sending out to the entire company. She sends it to an email address which is a proxy for a group-wide list of recipients, everyone from the work experience kid to the CEO in New York. My second mistake was to hit reply all, rather than simply reply. I immediately know I've done this because a flood of out-of-office emails begin shooting in from as far afield as our Nottingham logistics hub and the Netherlands. Of course, there are also dozens of amused, unamused and bewildered comments. Mate, I'm not sure you meant to message the whole company. Oops, don't think George will take too kindly to this. As a pencil sharpener, priceless. Highly inappropriate. Please take me off your mailing list. Way to score a pink slip, dude. I look up as my inbox fills up with chaos. A breathless hush falls. George is striding down the corridor between the desks. I've never seen a man without a significant circulatory condition appear so red in the face. No came through in the end after all. I was gone by the end of the day. Which leaves me here with my back against the oak, somehow not writing the novel I lost my job in order to complete. An orange sun is skimming the rooftops, and I feel stiff and a little sore, but I'm damned if I'll leave before... Plop! A chestnut trundles around the lip of the 2-inch wide hole in the beech tree, then drops inside. The squirrel stands up on his hind legs, as if he too cannot believe it. I guess I should be getting back then, I tell my skiorine buddy. His tail twitches as I notice my left hand gathering up another handful of nuts. Okay then, I sigh. You're absolutely right. I should go for the hat trick. And there you are. So I hope you enjoyed that. Bit of a challenge to get those words, especially nuclear, lethal, and heartbroken, into an amusing story. But hopefully it was amusing. And it's kind of based on a semi-true story. I was working in the NHS when that poor nurse famously hit reply all or accidentally sent a message to the entire staff of the NHS at once and blocked everyone's inboxes for several days. Yes, I believe that's why the French invented the word chagrin. Anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please hit subscribe. You can also hit the like button. And finally, you can leave a comment. So rare that I get a comment that's not from my dad. I do appreciate the comments from my dad, but it'd be nice to know if someone else is listening. So just leave a little message or anything. And I'll see you again very soon. Bye.